Stefano for Tech Digest and Shiny Shiny. We're here with Stefano Hesse of Facebook,
Yep.
Head of Corporate Communications for the EMA area. Stefano, one question, I mean, people are always talking about data and Facebook. How much information are stores going to get for people you check, when I check in to say Gap, how much information will Gap get about me?
Okay, well basically the data that flows through Facebook is the same data than every single day in other products, so nothing really changes.
Right.
Data is owned by users, so they decide what they want to share through the privacy settings of places and deals. The data that we basically got together for clients is an aggregated way of data.
Right.
So of course we don't want anyone to be worried about the fact, oh my God, where my data is going. Nothing really changes. So users own the data, clients will decide what to do with the data they have, based on the insights they receive from that.
Okay, there will be increase. So say I go into Gap, they check in, they know what they already know through places, which is my gender. Is that right? Basic public information, is that correct?
No, basically you share what the people you want. So every single user are using deals as a feature of places.
Yes.
So it's the same privacy settings.
Same privacy settings as places.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's what you choose to share. Okay, plus I suppose like what you bought. So say I use a voucher for 1 T-shirt, then they'll know in addition to what they
That's
know
the reason
that I
why
bought a T-shirt.
this is in place, for having people share what they do, which is basically what people are doing every single day. Hey, I went here, I bought this pair of jeans, it's kind of cool.
Okay, so they can build up a sort of purchasing history of what I've done, which might be useful to them, and things like that. Okay, interesting. So we're kind of interested with the philosophy of the Facebook deals. So Facebook aren't making money off it directly, but you just want to improve customer experiences and get brands
Well, as
more
Emily
engaged?
said in the presentation, we focus on the user benefit first.
Yeah.
We build a great product around the users, and brands benefit from that. So, as Emily said, who knows? But at the moment, it's all about let's build a great product, a great user experience, make sure the brands, shops, whatever, get a huge amount of benefit from that based on their choices, their marketing choices and stuff, and then we see.
Okay, so you're just sort of making Facebook more central to how shops and businesses work and how they interact with their customers. So Facebook's in the centre of that.
It's always the same thing. We produce things on a platform, and then people with good ideas jump on and decide what they want to do.
Okay.
This is basically why Deals is on top of places, which is already a great product.
I see. Okay, interesting. There's no monetization plans in place at the minute, okay, so you're just making a nice experience for users, bringing brands into the conversation. More than nice. So everything great. Okay, and do people want this? Take up in the US was briefly discussed. It's been quite positive then?
It's been hugely positive, especially because people are already doing these things. So if you saw your newsfeed before places, I had a lot of my friends saying, I'm going to this shop, or I went to see this concert, it was amazing. Or look, I have a new jumper, it's kind of cool, and you can say, no, it's really good on you, or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's basically the same experience, it's much more powerful, because it's now, while it's happening, and if you're friends with you, and someone has a deal, then you can have a good discount.
Okay, and people want brands in their conversation, they want Boots popping up in their newsfeed, they want
Well, if you see what's happening on Facebook,
pictures, according to your experience in the US.
It's just part of your daily use of Facebook. Like brands is not your whole experience of Facebook.
Okay, but it's
part of what you want to share with your
creeping
friends.
into the centre of it. Okay, interesting. Cool. Yeah, I think that's great. We're talking about online identity and how sort of using that authenticity of who you are and what you do, sort of carry that with you. So I guess what you're saying is sort of shopping and your consumer history is becoming part of your online identity too. You're just building that into the
and you manage that as well. If you go in your settings, you can see whatever things you want to keep, change.
I see. And can people see what you've bought? People can see where you've gone on places. Is that correct? If you allow the settings to do that,
well,
can
if
it
you
amalgamate?
go, for example, in places, the fact that you were in a place, or like who's here now, for example, it just disappear after a while because it makes sense, of course. I think it's just a couple of hours, but we can check about that if you want.
I see.
If it's in a news feed,
Yeah.
then for a limited period of time while your news feed is flowing, then you can see where I was. But it's all everything about what I want to share.
Okay.
So
So
every single person in this room will probably have different privacy settings
Yeah.
as for places as well.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Stefano, then thanks very much.